This front straightaway. All right, let's check in with Rob Klepper, the third member of our team.
For Ryan Beat, guys, 1 round to go. He ran 4th here in Reno, Nevada. He said the track held up really good and the truck was fast, but you can't allow yourself to make a mistake because you will lose ground. Not only is this Prolite field deep, they're also very tight. You make a mistake, it will cost you. He said we worked on gearing, we worked on the converter, and of course the fuel. It's so crucial up here on the altitude in these Prolite engines to have the fueling set right. He said if you can put that all together, you'll have a good truck. Today, he'll roll off from the pole, the best seat in the house, looking for his 2nd win of the year. And if you go back to 2012, guys, remember he got his first career Prolite win right here in Reno.
And he was looking pretty sporty there in the previous round, so we'll find out how things shake down. R.J. Anderson leading in the points. Jared Brooks finished 5th 1 round to go, and that allowed Brad DeBerti and R.J. Anderson to both extend and close the gap. We'll find out if Creed can find the magic once again. Ryan Beat's going to lead him to the stripe alongside a very fast Brandon Arthur just 1 round to go. Sheldon Creed in for DeBerti, then Jared Brooks, Cole Mamer and Ray Griffith, R.J. Anderson and Jeremy Stenberg fill out row 4.
From row 5, Casey Curry and Brock Hager, then Mikey Lawrence and Dustin Nelson. From row 6, and then in row 7, Jeff Hoffman and Justin Peck, DJ Knorr and Taylor Atchison from row 8, and then the youngster, Travis Pecoy, starting in the back of the field. Here we go, people. Prolite's going racing, and Autometer says, let's rev it up.
Screamed alive, a little shenanigans going on there in turn 1 as to be expected, but it looks like everybody made it through. A little fiberglass flying around. Other than that, everybody seems to be okay.
Beat's gonna have the inside going up the hill. It depends on where the water has laid. Look at that. Beat had a nice dry spot, but overdrove a bit. Here comes Sheldon Creed. Beat is able to retain that spot. But wow, Brandon Arthur and Sheldon Creed were making it exciting.
And you can see those guys split that wet spot right there in the middle of the track, coming up to the top of the hill. Beat's gonna hang on to the spot. Oh, a moment there for Creed going off of that jump. And Jared Brooks right there in the back of Creed. Creed with a good run on Brandon Arthur.
The question is he gonna be able to control the braking zone? And no, he has to go wide, which takes Arthur wide. Brooks to 77, General Tire sponsor truck looking around the bottom.
Oh, nice onboard shot over that ski jump. Pulls a tear off. Right through the mud there, eats a little bit and sets up with a right-hander, but he was able to hold Brooks off.
There's a look at the Brooks truck. The white 77. Woo, look at that. The way they come off that little kicker in the middle of 3 up that hill, pretty interesting. Back on board with Ryan Beat. You can see the air time Sheldon Creed's getting. He's gonna go outside, maybe look to dive for the bottom, gets a face full.
Beautiful job there. He sets up really wide, opens up that entry, got a nice run, nice apex, real late apex on that turn, and he's gonna drive right by Ryan Beat on the outside.
Again, the braking zone here, let's see what happens. It's a little slippery there going into 1. Woo! Creed managing the throttle, goes right around the outside. That is some amazing driving.
That is spot on in the brake zone. You talked about it before, set up wide, drove right around the outside, maintained his line, and made a beautiful pass on the outside. DeBerti is grinning from ear to ear right now.
And of course, DeBerti out with the injury after the crash of Estero. They were able to get the truck together. Sheldon Creed filling in. And it's interesting, Beat likes to go to the inside here, running up the hill. Maybe thinks that there's an advantage there, or just likes the way he comes off the corner.
Yeah,
but,
you would think that he almost would have followed Creed in that high line, knowing that Creed got a run on him out of that turn the last time around. And although with that said, I gotta say the spotters really can't see that corner up there.
Arthur had a big run on him as well. Now Arthur's gonna go to the bottom. Here comes Brooks as well. The competitive metals, Toyo Tires number 6, tried to make that move, that all yellow and black truck. Not able to make it happen. It's still Ryan Beat holding down 2nd place.
It's really not uncommon for some of the teams. Oh, and they go 3 wide right here. as we take a look at DJ Noor, who looks like he looped it around. 3 wide in turn 2, and they're going to try some side-by-side stuff here in turn 3 as well. Looks like they finally get it sorted out. Caution flag comes out, and Cole Mamer in trouble.
I saw that Brooks lifted a little early. I thought something was wrong with his truck for a second, but he just reacted to the yellow sooner. Let's take a look and see if we can find out what happened here. Oh, well, you can't race without all your tires or wheels. And some parts coming off there. Slow-mo look at it. The inside tire comes off going into, rear tire I should say, comes off going into 4. And this is just a look at Noor.
Looked like he wanted to go outside in, but unfortunately over-rotated in the process.
Sheldon Creed's gonna lead him back to the green. Single file restart, 5 laps in. Whoa! Talk about gapping him.
Yeah, he waited to the last moment there, and it kind of stacked people up in the back. And he got a nice run. Once again, goes to that high line, carries good momentum. Everybody's scrapping back behind him. Hager in that light blue truck. Brock, a rookie in the category, coming out of the modified kart category.
Beat has to double turn that. Looked like he had to get it collected up a bit. Almost loses that spot to Arthur. Ryan Beat, the Rockstar Energy Drink, Lunar Pages sponsored driver. Right there, the number 51 on the inside. And we got a drag race up the hill. Let's see what Arthur tries to do. He's got to be careful. He can't try to drop underneath because RJ's there. RJ Anderson, the number 37, red and white truck.
Yeah, and RJ, of course, leading in the points, has been spot on, just constantly on the podium. In fact, 6 consecutive coming into this round as they all dive back down into turn number 1. Sheldon Creed out there trying to drive away as these guys race hard.
Just calmly drove around the bottom, fanned out a bit, took the line. Now he's gonna steal the line underneath. He's gonna try to make it go. And he's gonna make it work, I think. He pushes Beat a little wide. We'll see if Beat has a run here. Oh, 4 of them, look at this. Arthur to the bottom's gonna pass them both. Snap, that's the way you make it happen.
What an awesome move, and I take it back, RJ, with 5 consecutive podium finishes. But it doesn't matter right now. He's wanting this one, and he's gonna get a run on Brandon Arthur coming into the last turn.
Goes to the bottom, tries to protect him here.
Up on the bike.
Yep, Arthur gets a move. Gonna have a wheel on him down the front straight. Arthur checks up a bit on that jump, it looked like. He wasn't ready to go full stick there, Ken, or maybe he ran out of gear.
Whatever the case may be, he somehow managed to keep the spot there in the brake zone going into turn number 1 and stayed in front of RJ Anderson. Jared Brooks right behind him, and Beat's falling back a couple of spots now.
When I say run out of gear, you might be up on the chip.
Tough moment there for Ray Griffith. He and DJ Noor had a great battle in the previous round here, but that right-hander, we've talked about it many times, you better be on the gas, and when it starts to run up, you've got to find another way around them. It's a treacherous turn, and will certainly beat up on these Prolite guys as Creed drives away. They'll race back hard to the yellow flag.
Whoo-wee. Gotta love it, gotta love it.
Great racing here in the Prolite category. Round 14 at Wild West Motorsports Park. Such a fast place to go racing. And this right-hander, turn number 2, will bite you.
And he was fully committed, started to catch. And my initial reaction is he's a little greedy trying to keep it into the turn. I think he should have turned out into it, but maybe didn't think it was going to go. Tough break for the King Shocks General Tire KC sponsored driver, but we'll try to get him righted and back going. We'll see if it's going to be Sheldon Creed when we return.
The Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series powered by Geico on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Rockstar. Rockstar is the world's most powerful energy drink. By Optima Batteries, the ultimate power source. And by Toyota. Let's go places.
It has been a busy round 14 of the Prolite category here at the Optima Batteries Silver State Showdown, presented by Lone Mark. We're at Wild West Motorsports Park, Sparks, Nevada, just outside of Reno. And Sheldon Creed filling in for Brad DeBerti is out front once again.
Brandon Arthur keeping it clean, but running a good tight line on the bottom there.
And I don't know that we have a best improved, but if we did, Brandon Arthur would certainly be in the hunt for that over the course of the last year.
I was just going to say the exact same thing. When you look at the field around him, Creed, last year's champion, RJ Anderson, a Prolite champion here at the Lucas Series. Of course, you look at Jared Brooks, champion in the Torque Series in the Prolites. That's the East Coast Series. And just unbelievable talent level that Brandon Arthur just runs confidently right in the middle of.
Yeah, and he really started flexing his muscles here about a year ago. Had a really solid showing here at this racetrack with 4 to go as they cross the stripe. This one isn't going to be a gimme, though. RJ Anderson right there on the bottom is going to take a look at this one. He's going to come out side by side. Here comes Arthur. What a great move by Brandon Arthur outside in.
Yeah, but right now, RJ, the Lone Mart sponsored truck, has that inside line. And I think I watch him come a little wide, open it up just a bit. Yep. We'll see if Arthur has
Not
a run
over
here.
yet.
It's definitely not over. RJ and Creed go around that stutter bump.
Oh, he should have washed up and filled the line a little bit, but he left him room. They split the lane. That's because of all the mud right there in the middle. Those guys want to stay in the dry. Right down to the bottom goes RJ.
Nice braking by RJ. Let's see. Oh, and a
big hole.
I was going to say a mistake, but it was actually just a rut and a good save. And here comes Brooks. Amazing how differently those trucks fly in those two different lines there, or how the setup is different. Creed's going to protect on the bottom. He knows RJ's been using that line. His spotter's been giving him the information.
And Creed pounding that bumper off of the track whenever he went over that big tabletop down the front straightaway, but somehow made it work.
Oh, Creed has to save it. That's going to give RJ just a little bit of room. Creed likes it around the outside of those bumps.
Oh, and they actually touched right there. It tightened Creed up. Creed had to check up just a little bit and redirect. Oh, and he feeds it right back to him.
Hello, Prolite Racing.
That was great stuff right there. Not enough to crash him, but enough to let him know he wasn't happy.
RJ trying to make a convincing pass. Creed did not want to let it happen, got back in front. We'll see what happens with 2 to go at the stripe, and here comes Brooks. Don't count him out, that number 77, for even 1 second. He is one bad dude.
Look at that, man. That is 3 Prolite champions going at it. RJ Anderson feeds him a fender right there, and Brooks makes them both pay.
RJ controls this now. This is an interesting spot to be able to control the bottom here. Those are some hard landings.
Yeah, man, that was a flat landing out of Brooks, and you could see the rebound on it was violent. Brooks, your #1 qualifier, so we know he has a hot rod out here today. Stays high. Creed goes down to the bottom. Young guns, man, they are so talented.
You gotta love it. Here comes Creed. He's gonna control that bottom.
Oh, that is Travis Pecoy. Unfortunately, turned around going the wrong direction.
He's gonna have to get that thing righted or we're gonna get a yellow here.
See if we get that white flag. We do get the white flag. RJ Anderson out front.
Creed trying to hold that bottom line. Oh, and the caution does come out. Pecoy could not get it. Oh, no, it's not
broke.
Pecoy.
Oh, that one's broke, yeah.
That's Mikey Lawrence.
I thought it was Pecoy that was broke, but obviously Mikey Lawrence, unfortunately, having some big-time issues.
It looks like the housing came out of it. It looked like the upper link broke. Something in the rear end let that housing twist.
All right, you know what that means? A one-lap shootout here. Oh boy, here we go. Turn 1 has bitten some of the best, including Brian Deegan and Sheldon Creed at this racetrack on the last lap. Will it happen again? They fan out. Here we go. Down to the bottom. RJ protects, but then leaves it open.
He opens it up a little bit.
Oh, and Brandon Arthur, after a great race, gets wadded up with Ryan Beat. Oh, both guys to the back of the pack here with this last lap.
Take another look at it. Beats on that inside. I mean, there's a little bit of a touch there. It almost looked like Arthur.
I think it was Casey Curry that actually leaned on Ryan Beat, and Beat was just in the middle, had nowhere to go.
Here we go. Drag race for the finish.
Up the hill they go. Does Creed have anything for him? He's got to hang on to that low line.
And Creed's got control.
And look at Brooks.
Brooks is right in there, going to assert it. Here he comes. Brooks is going to get that spot. Can he get the win? Can he get the top spot? He's got the run on Creed.
Oh, contact again coming down the straightaway. And it's going to be Brooks who hangs on. Wow, what a finish.
From third to first in the last turn. Woohoo!
That is why we love short course off-road racing. Third win on the season for Jared Brooks right when he needed it.
There was 3 leaders on the last lap.
Look at that. All 3 of those guys are like, yeah, man, that's why we do this. Awesome stuff. We'll talk to him in just a moment. The fans treated to an incredible race here in the Prolite Division Round 14. Let's go down and talk to our winner.
And guys, another classic Prolite battle here in Reno, Nevada. The slingshot move, if you will, coming out of the final turn. Jared Brooks, how did you pull that off and get the win here, man? Nice job.
Oh, no, I'm so pumped. These General tires are hooked up. The track got dry so quick, and I saw Sheldon and RJ battling. I was right up there with the RJ. RJ would slide on me a little bit, but it was so fun. Such clean battling with these guys. And, you know, that last turn, you know, I just had to go for it. You know, I saw an opening. I knew they were going to go for the win, too, so I snuck it in there. Gave a little slide job on him and, you know, raced him to the finish. But, you know, I'm just so pumped to be back up here. Our team's been working our butt off, and it just pays off so much. These General Tire, Rigid Industries, Maxima, Falk, Shocks, my whole family, you know, they work their butts off, and, you know, we finally got this set up pretty good for here.
I'd say it's pretty good for sure. Taking home the win over Sheldon Creed and RJ Anderson is Jared Brooks. Good race by Brock Hager and Jeremy Stenberg. Curry ends up 6th. Right now, let's get it back down to the podium and hear what Sheldon Creed has to say about that last lap.
Guys, a pretty good weekend for Sheldon Creed, filling in for the injured Brad DeBerti. A win, 1 round to go, a 2nd place here today. But that entire race was a battle, man. It looked like you guys were having fun out there.
Yeah, it started off super slick there at the beginning, and just picked Brandon off, and got Ryan there pretty quick, and thought I was going to start pulling away, and got a good lead there at the beginning, and I think the yellows got me today. The track really dried out, and there that last lap, I threw it in. Nothing to lose. You know, I'm racing for Brad and just trying to score points for him, but I went for it and got RJ there at the top, and then Jared was sending it too. You know, he was still trying to get those points and landed in the back of me pretty hard, and it just shoved my truck out like kind of like a go-kart move. And props to him. That was a sick pass, and it's a lot of fun racing with my buddies like that. And thanks to the DeBerti family for letting me drive this thing.
3 rounds to go. Let's look at the points. Jared Brooks, your #1 qualifier, and beats RJ by 2 spots, so he closes that gap up by 5 points. Brad DeBerti still in this deal, and Brandon Arthur a little bit further back. Let's go down and our points leader.
Back-to-back third-place finishes for the former Prolite champion, Mr. RJ Anderson, trying to win another one here this year. Optimum Batteries fast lap as well. But talk about that battle. Brooks, Creed, I mean, you guys were getting it done there during this race.
Man, I know better than that. On the last lap, we were having an awesome battle. Me, Brandon, Jarrett, Sheldon. I mean, all of us, Ryan Beat. We were going racing super clean for the circumstances and the track that we have. We were racing each other pretty good. And that one yellow right at the end, I'm like, oh, this always sucks when you're leading the race and you get that last yellow. So I held him off, and going into the turn 3, I should have just protected the inside. I knew better than that, but I left it open, hoping to run the high line, and they got underneath me, and still stoked to salvage a 3rd. I mean, these BF Goodrich tires are tough because they took a lot of beating out there today.
Oh, yeah, the boys were racing hard, and they put on a great show, but we're not finished yet. The Pro 2s are out on the front straightaway. They're next.